Do you guys remember at CES where we talked about NVIDIA going through and kind of validating G-Sync compatibility with adaptive sync panels? Well, that's what we're going to be taking a look at today. We only got to sort of experience that in their little demo environment, and they were more or less showing us the compatibility issues rather than showing us kind of like, hey, here's how it works with it, where it actually works. Because I guess there wouldn't be anything to talk about if it actually works other than the fact that it works. So LG reached out to us and said, hey, we want to sponsor a video where we send you 3 panels. You take a look and show us, show your audience how adaptive sync and G-Sync can work together flawlessly without issues. And that's exactly what we're going to do today. And before you can just enable G-Sync on your Freesync or adaptive sync panel, you first have to download the latest drivers from NVIDIA. Now we're running 419.17, which is the most recent driver from NVIDIA. But once you run the correct driver, then you will notice that the G-Sync option does indeed appear on this panel. So first up, this is the LG 34GK950F. The F standing for Freesync. There is a G option for this as well, which is G-Sync. But we can go over here to the little menu, go to settings, and then you can see right here that it is indeed in Freesync mode. It is in extended mode. We have HDR on and all the bells and whistles. This, I gotta tell you, as much as I'm gonna sound like a fanboy, is my new favorite panel. This is gonna be my new daily driver. If you guys wanna see a review of this panel, please let me know and I'll do it. If there's enough interest, I'll do it. But it's a 34-inch ultra wide, 144 hertz, 21:9, 1 millisecond HDR nanocell IPS gaming panel. So one of the issues we saw with adaptive sync validation with G-Sync was crazy color banding in the sky, especially on HDR panels. There was a lot of stuttering. There was black screen flashes. There was white screen flashes. If you watch our video from CES, I'll try to remember to link it down below. Hopefully Phil will do a little slide out. We saw a bunch of different issues with some of the panels that they identified problems with. And I don't know what panels they were because they had tape over the logos, but I can tell you right now, we're testing this with 3 different LG panels. I'm in Battlefield 5, I'm hopping in a plane right here. I don't expect me to do very well because I don't have my joystick. I do like to fly with a joystick, but let's see what we can do. What we're looking for here is any sort of weird funkiness. And I don't immediately see anything off the bat. You're going down, buddy. Gotcha. Even with a mouse. All right, so we got HDR enabled. Obviously, we're running 144 hertz. Look, I just leveled up. As we're flying around here, I'm not seeing any flickers. Aim down sight, everything seems very normal. Is that a bad guy bomber? It is a bad guy bomber. My Spitfire is spec'd for lots of guns. 21:9. HDR, 144 hertz, nanocell. If you guys don't know what nanocell is, it's actually a new way of the LCD gate technology working. We did a video about it in terms of the TV tech, which is one of the TVs we use here at the studio. But I made a comment there that I can't wait for it to make it to desktop, and well, here it is. So did you see the HDR in the explosion? Now, as I'm flying around here, I'm looking for things like banding and glitches. There's no stuttering whatsoever, so obviously the sync technology is working. We are looking for banding in the sky, and I want to point out this is a rendered video on YouTube. So any banding that might appear in the video on your end could very well be through the encoding and then the compressing on YouTube. But as we're playing right now, we're seeing very good gradient in the sky. It's not banding. We're not seeing any of the issues that we saw at CES. And I'm basically just playing here and I'm just looking for any sort of wonkiness, if that makes sense. And so far, I'm not getting any of that, at least not on this particular panel. What I am getting though is my first time gaming in HDR. It is just, you ask yourself, how can it get any better? And then you start gaming in HDR and you're like, oh, that's how. And then it just becomes like a whole lot of wow. Oh, well, our bodies are flying together. Okay, so next up is the 32-inch 16:9. This is the LG 32GK650F. Same thing, G-Sync is enabled. It's a 144 hertz panel, gaming panel, obviously. It's got all the same features that you would expect from LG's gaming line. And no HDR on this panel, so we're gonna go ahead and just fire up Battlefield 5 and do the same thing. We're gonna look for any sort of crazy artifacts, any sort of banding, any flickering, which seems to be kind of like the very typical thing you find when there's validation issues. I got a tank. Can I run over a friendly? Oh, that thing moves terribly slow.
So, how's the FreeSync?
Well, I'm not thinking about it. So that means clearly it's working, right? Watch for movement. Oh, dude, how many did I put in center mass? Come on, I put like 3 shots right in his chest. All right, so last up is the 24-inch LG 24 GL600F, another FreeSync panel, obviously 144 hertz panel. But what I want to show you right here with the control panel is the way G-Sync doesn't show up. But if you go into the panel, go to settings, go over to FreeSync, which is in the game adjust, and turn it from off to basic or extended, then it will automatically show up in the control panel as soon as it recognizes that this is a adaptive sync panel. There it is, set up G-Sync, click on it, it's already enabled, and we now have all of that buttery goodness ready to go. So now we're on Rotterdam, and the nice thing about this test is every single time we've tested a different map. Not that the technology would really be map dependent in terms of it being buggy or not, it just at least gives us a good sample of saying whether or not we encountered any issues with different stuff. So Rotterdam's a pretty demanding map. They've sort of revamped it to make it a little bit less demanding. Those are not, yeah, I didn't think those were friendlies. To be fair, I can miss all those shots because I'm playing on a different mouse and a different keyboard, a different sensitivity and everything than my home system, which this is the only system I've actually played this game seriously on. Oh God, no glitches, no issues. Well, other than I suck. Hey.
Nice. Where are all these random idiots that suck at this game when we're all squatted up?
I know, right?
Like seriously, look at that! What's he? I'm getting mad.
Like that? All right, well, I've played enough. I've got 8 and 4 in this round, not too bad. I have not played this game in months, and I'm not noticing any glitches, any issues between G-Sync and Adaptive Sync compatibility, at least in Battlefield 5. So the 3 panels that we took a look at, he fell, oh. All right, well, the 3 panels that we've taken a look at so far today are running pretty damn smooth, and I gotta say that I really suck at this game. All right, once again, a huge thank you to LG for sending us 3 panels to take a look at, one of which will certainly fall into someone's budget. The 24-inch GL600F is definitely a very full feature-filled 144 hertz, 1 millisecond gaming panel. That's definitely one you should look at if you want a great gaming experience without completely breaking the bank. We've got over here the 1440p, which is a very common middle ground for gamers. You get high pixel density with all the features that you'd expect from an LG gaming panel, that being the 32 GK650F, and then my personal favorite. Like I said, this is my favorite. The ultra-wide, 144 hertz, 1 millisecond, nanocell IPS, HDR 400, 34 GK950F, my absolute favorite. Like I said, if you guys want to see a review on this, please speak up and I will do one. LG didn't ask me to do one, but I kind of want to because this is everything I want in a panel right here. But as you guys saw through our gaming experience, there were no issues whatsoever with Battlefield 5, an HDR title that worked with this panel right here, but didn't give us any sort of funkiness while playing, no glitching, no banding, no flickering, none of that stuff. So as you can see, these LG panels are completely compatible with G-Sync. Once again, a huge thank you to LG for sending us these panels to take a look at and do our own in-house testing with Adaptive Sync, FreeSync technology used with NVIDIA graphics cards and G-Sync. If you guys want to know more about these panels, where to buy, pricing, and full specifications, click the links in the description below. FreeSync enabled. Okay, so the 3 panels we took a look at today, the 24 GL600F, the 32, I could do this, I swear to God, watch this. The 32 GK, the 32 GK650F, and the 34, no. So once again, budget friendly, but certainly action-packed the mid-range 1440p panel, the GL. Why is this so hard? I know the number, I know the format.